Years ago, when I was still a practicing financial advisor, I can remember when a recently retired client reached out to me. And I was shocked at what his request was. And even though I was stunned at what he wanted me to do, looking back, I can see that he wasn't alone. And what I mean by that is that several people planning for retirement have a similar struggle. So I know that you're probably dying to know, what did he want me to do? What was his request? Well, I will share more of that later in this video, but first, I want to see if you can relate to some of these questions or concerns about your own retirement planning. Chances are you're not 100% certain on how much you should be saving for your own retirement. Should you be saving 10%, 15%, or should you be saving more? And perhaps you've heard about this early retirement movement where these super savers are putting away 50 to 70% of their income. There's no question on how much you save or where you save, like a 401k or a Roth IRA, has a significant impact on how much you'll have in retirement. But by the time retirement comes, how much you save on a percentage basis doesn't matter because the accumulation phase is over. What matters most is how much you'll spend. In working with hundreds of clients through the retirement phase, I have found that people generally fall into two different categories. On one side, you have those that won't spend a dime in retirement. And I can think of one client in particular. It was an elderly, widowed client that would only spend her husband's Social Security and his pension. And in fact, she would barely even spend that. She had more than enough to pay her monthly bills. And this didn't even take into account how much she had in her other investments. And despite having more than enough to pay her bills to cover her living expenses, each day she lived in fear that she was going to run out of money, that there just wouldn't be enough. And she was so stressed about money that in the middle of the summer, when it was 90 degrees and humid, she wouldn't turn her thermostat down to below 80 degrees. And one time I remember I went into her house and it was so hot and I had to reach out to her kids to let her know. And between myself and her kids, we were able to convince her that she did have enough money and she finally started turning that thermostat down. While this is an extreme case, I have personally witnessed countless examples of those that have saved more than enough for retirement and yet they cannot bring themselves to spend a dime. So these are our underspenders and they are on one side. And on the other side, we have our overspenders. So you remember that client that I mentioned at the beginning of this video? Well, he is a perfect example of this group. He is an overspender. And let me give you a little story so you can see what I mean. So this client had just retired and we spent some time building his customized retirement spending plan. And this was something that we did together. So whenever he made this request, it threw me for a loop. So this client, he already had a truck that was in good working condition. I mean, it was a nice truck. So whenever he came to me and wanted to take money from his investments to purchase a brand new, full-size, high-end luxury vehicle that was not part of his customized retirement spending plan, I was shocked. That request alone was enough, more than enough, to stress me out. But where he wanted to take the money, that had me even more concerned because he wanted to take the money out of his IRA, his retirement account. So to pay for this brand new high-end luxury vehicle to pay cash, he would have to pull out an additional $20,000 to $25,000 more just to cover the taxes. That doesn't even include the purchase price of the car. This was just to cover his tax bill. Luckily, I talked some sense into him and he didn't pull the money out of his IRA and he actually put off purchasing the vehicle on hold. Chances are you can relate to one of these stories, and you may even find yourself in one of these two categories. Are you an underspender or are you an overspender? Now, the good news is that if you are, there is a strategy that can help you plan for the retirement that you want. And even more importantly, there are retirement income specialists at USAA who work on retirement income strategies all day, every day, and stand ready to help. Retirement income management is an integral part of a peaceful retirement. And you'll rest easy knowing that you have double-checked, triple-checked everything that you're doing on your path to retirement, to know that you are set up for success. So give yourself one less worry and focus on what truly matters: enjoying your retirement. So please visit usaa.com/Jeff Rose to learn more, or you can call toll-free a USAA retirement income specialist at 1-800-531-3165. Once again, that URL is usaa.com/Jeff Rose. That's right, my name, usaa.com/Jeff Rose, or you can call their toll-free number at 1-800-531-3165, and you will speak to a USAA retirement income specialist. If you think that you're alone, I assure you, you're not. And in fact, in Transamerica's 19th annual retirement survey of workers, it was discovered that 51% of boomers are concerned about outliving their savings. And because of this, they are hesitant to touch anything that they have saved. And this was additionally supported by the LIMRA Secure Retirement Institute, which reported in a 2018 study that 3 in 10 retirees don't make withdrawals from their retirement account. Not having a plan for your retirement or a basic understanding of your retirement costs can be a cause for you to underspend or overspend in your golden years. And that's why working with a retirement income specialist from USAA can help remove the fear and uncertainty surrounding your own retirement. You know you have questions. It's time to get the answers that you need. So do not delay. Go to usaa.com/Jeff Rose, or you can call the toll-free number at 1-800-531-3165. I'll also have a link in the description below and that toll-free number. Once again, get those answers. Find out what you need to know to have that retirement that you want and you also deserve. As always, this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.